You got this, boy, you got it.
The finale of the first season of that Butcher garbage tier Alt Noah Zero is the most famous example of baiting. It had such a shocking cliffhanger, the anime community lost its shit and couldn't wait to see the amazing development that will happen next. There were dozens of topics on Reddit, each one speculating on how the show will continue now that the main characters are dead, creating a ridiculous amount of hype for the second season.
What will you do the next time you hear there's been a major terrorist attack? You'll watch hours of coverage over the next few days.
It's emerging now as a mass casualty situation.
Watch sensationalized segments about how it happened.
Try to find out exactly what's going on.
It's a very disturbing situation.
And then the second season came and trollolol, nobody was dead and the plot became even worse. All those endless posts about speculations and praising the balls of the show for killing main characters were immediately replaced with anger and loathing. They were trolled to believe Alt Noah Zero was different instead of the pile of garbage it was all along. And yet there were still those who defended the show by saying it was successful at hyping the viewer and making him constantly think about it. Look at this excuse. If a book makes you want to read on, how is it bad writing? It's bad because subverting expectations backfires when what you offer is less than what you promised.
Our brains care a lot more about stories than they do about statistics.
So we make risk decisions more based on the stories than a reality.
So if we see a bunch of stories about shark attacks, we think shark attacks are common.
If it's talked about, if we hear about it a lot, we confuse that with it being common.
And that heightened fear causes us to overreact.
Baiting the audience is nothing new in the medium. It's something a lot of shows are doing as means to stand out. Modern shows need to attract attention much faster than retro, since, unlike the good old days, if your shit ain't selling a lot and right away, there's a high probability it will get cancelled in a couple of weeks.
Y'all know My Hero Academia is popping, right? There was a series before that by that same author that got the axe within 16 chapters. Black Clover getting an anime, probably going to be one of the next big things of Shonen Jump too. He had a series before that, Hungry Joker, that I'd argue the concept and the characters were way better than Black Clover, and it got axed after 24 chapters. Of course, you gotta please the fans, but 3 chapters isn't enough. One Piece, I guarantee you, had it come out in this day and age, that is not something that would have sold.
As a result, both producers and consumers have been conditioned to accept lying as the only way for a show to gain enough traction for another season. If it made tens of thousands to be hyped in to keep watching it, everything's fine, regardless of it being a lie.
Dragon Ball Super anime right now, it's insane. It's absolutely on fire. It's incredible. I highly recommend watching this shit. Great fucking episode. Thank you for bringing the hype because I'm loving it. I'm fucking loving it.
The problem is, the same sensationalist coverage that makes us overestimate makes it really hard to say no to security theater.
Security theater is a security measure that looks good but doesn't do anything.
It's not just that these strategies don't work, it's that they're the opposite of the types of strategies that actually do make us safer.
We can't stop our brains from reacting. All we can do is observe it, recognize that we have these biases, and try to correct for them. If I have one takeaway, it's to understand that your brain isn't processing risk properly. And the more you can do that, the safer you'll be.
You got this, boy, you got it.
Hey, what is going on here? None of these things happened.
That I'm gonna be studying business. I could be doing all types of different strategies, man. I already got all the shit mapped out in my head from previous experience.
How do you feel about lying for views?
I feel great right now, man. If I didn't lose my mom, I'd be crying like a bitch right now.
Don't you think it's time to stop doing it?
I see all the signs and I know what's going on, but I still refuse. I don't fucking care, right? I don't care.
We've gotten to a point where everyone's trying to make clickbait because it's the only thing that anyone's following. It's so valuable to do that a lot of people disguise their content to try to trick people just in order to fucking get anyone to watch their video. I want people to see my work, but I can't do it without trying to package it in a way that these fucking idiots will actually click on. Because nobody will click on anything unless it's already relevant to their interests. This is what we have to resort to here on YouTube just in order to fucking get anyone to watch their video. Growing up not only thinking I was a genius, but having that idea constantly reinforced by the adults surrounding me, I had incredibly high expectations for myself to prove that genius, and I'm saying that as a guy who's dedicated his entire life to analyzing autism. When I was a little kid, my parents took me to the doctor because they thought I might be autistic. Shit that's probably obvious to most people in real life. I guess this stuff is easier for me to accept though, because I discovered the most basic understanding of socialization and what it means to form a community, but I couldn't make any friends, had let my brothers down plenty of times. I struggled to find someone I was compatible with. For sure I was a forever alone virgin, so I turned to anime, a world in which the ideal girl for me always seemed to be falling from the sky. You might expect that to bother me as a genius. When I was moved to a more advanced school in the 3rd grade and found myself unable to perform at the level I could before, it was a massive blow to my self-confidence. The doctor told my parents, there's nothing wrong with being autistic. If you can apply the obsessive, single-minded concentration that comes with autism to something which you can turn a profit from or inspire people with, then they'll call you a genius. Fuck it, let's resurrect my decade-old blog series. Spent all my time lining up toy cars from biggest to smallest and vice versa.
You got this, boy, you got it.
I occasionally find channels which are hiding their subscriber numbers. When I ask them why they do it, most reply by saying it's a trick. The average viewer does not subscribe or checks out videos if a channel has a low number of subscriptions. If you hide your number, the chances of subscribing increases because they do not know how many subscribers you have. Thus, do not automatically walk away just because you don't have many. This of course works only with idiots who judge channels based on popularity. In effect, you are trying to increase the amount of people watching you by targeting the lowest common denominator, which is a secured way to build a cringy fanbase. At the same time, it's like a cheap optical illusion. Once you're told this, you figure out immediately that if someone is hiding their subscriber number, it's because his channel is very small, thus rendering this trick meaningless. You might think that there can be big channels which hide it as well, even if it's counterintuitive. You can never be sure if only small channels do it, which is not true since it's fairly simple to tell if they are big or small. Just notice how many views at an average every video has on that channel. If it's only a few hundred, it's obvious that not many are following it. And yes, there is a way to cheat by buying views and making it seem like every video has millions. But that is something only big music companies are usually doing to make it seem like the latest run-of-the-mill pop song is a smash hit. It's not something small channelers can afford, so that doesn't count either. In conclusion, this whole thing is a cheap trick that can work only on idiots and is used only by those who want to be followed by idiots. It's not something a channel which produces quality content would go for.
You got this, boy, you got it. I have to talk crap? Nah, that's not how we do things over here. Eden Zero's first chapter was pretty damn awesome. Would you want me to keep up with this series for your entertainment? What? I think it'll get pretty successful. Really blew me away. If you guys want to see me talk about it, then let me know. Whoa, are you serious? This actually felt a little fresh. The writing was really interesting. Do you want to see me talk about Eden Zero more? It's just canon. Really good. Very awesome plot twist. Really cool world building right there. Do you want to see me talk about this? I'm a fair guy. Major potential with this one. This one can be an incredibly written series. A lot of people have been hitting me up. I don't like to just hop on the bandwagon. This could be a really awesome manga. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. No matter if it's good or bad, people just want me no matter what to keep up with this series. You got this, boy, you got it. You got this, boy, you got it.
When YouTube announced it would remove dislikes, it gave the excuse of doing it for not causing stress to the content creators. Suppose if you see a lot of dislikes on a video you made, you will feel so bad you're going to cry or get depressed. Now that the feature is in place and the audience is not seeing the dislikes, the content creator should not be able to see them either. And yet look at this, I clearly see them on the Creator Studio. I didn't use any extensions like many do for still seeing the dislikes. It's like that by default. If the dislikes were hidden so the content creator won't be depressed, why do I still see them? The only ones who don't see them are the ones watching the video. Meaning the hiding of the dislikes was never done for helping out content creators. It was made so that the audience won't know how many people didn't like a video. It was only done for companies to sell more products by hiding the negative backlash. Something we already see with that cringe Christmas series. It's the most downvoted show in history. But you won't know that if they hide the dislikes and the negative reviews. You will be conditioned to see only positive things and to ignore negativity as the result of trolls, or man-children, or anti-Semites, or whatever name you want to use for those who don't like something you made.
You got this, boy, you got it. Black Clover! Really, really cool.
What the hell is wrong with people?
Since volume 15, half of its life cycle pretty much, it's been going downhill in terms of sales. Black Clover was a very, very breath of fresh air.
I don't know what would compel someone so far to do something like that.
The anime started around volume 13. By 15, they were like, oh, Yami for the win.
Well, what's going through your head?
The anime never really did anything for the manga sales. That's sad and crazy. Black Clover is really taking strides and showcasing why it is frickin' awesome.
I don't know what was going on through that dude's head.
This is why facts are important and why you should never deny them because they hurt your feelings. Without them, you are delusional. You are living in a fictional reality where things are whatever you want them to be, and you will end up being hated by everyone without knowing why.
You got this, boy, you got it.
There was a backlash, and it took Kevin Smith completely by surprise. I was at the eye of a storm, and everybody hated my guts, and we had failed. Malcolm calls me out of the blue. He texts me first, and he goes, "Hey, congrats. You've got the most talked about show on the planet right now. It's getting great reviews, and everybody loves it. You must be so happy. Is that your read of the situation?" He's like, "Yeah, all I see is positivity and stuff. What are you seeing?" I was like, "All I'm seeing is people that hate my guts." And he's like, "Well, stop clicking on negative things.